This is Brian Anderson, Coach Stan Van Gundy, Hall of Famer Grant Hill, and Allie LaForce round out our broadcast crew for this one. Outside Johnson, pass to Young. Jacks up a three, sends it home from three-point land.
3 points.
Well, Grant, tonight we've got two teams who aren't afraid to slow the pace of the game.
Well, B.A., it's because they're both adept at operating their half-court sets. They don't feel the need to push the tempo all the time.
Now here's Thibault. Here's Williams. Rebounded by Johnson. Here's Atlanta with the ball. It's a three-point game. Pass to Rizache. On the wing, Daniels. And here's Okongwu. Back to Daniels. Takes the three. Another three for Atlanta.
3.
Oh, good shot from Daniels. He understands he needs to keep knocking these down for his team.
Outside Thibault. Fires the three. Count it. 1 for 1 to start the game.
Anything you can do, I can do better. That one felt a little personal right there.
Well, and as a fan of the game, you have to love these back and forth moments.
And there's the foul. It's on Anthony Simons. That's his first foul of the game. First quarter and about a minute and a half in. On the wing, Daniels. There's Young with the three. Drains the triple. Young's got 6.
How's that for revenge? You know Young is looking to come right back with a triple of his own.
Here's Thibault. Tried to come right back with a 3 of his own, but it's no good. And coach, with Okongwu adding a 3 to his game, it's hard to keep him off the floor now.
It is, Brian, and he can do a lot for a team when he plays. He can now spread out the floor. He can guard multiple positions. But the main thing Okongwu does is he is all over the glass.
Simons. And he dunks it down.
Now, I know he makes it look easy, but it takes incredible physical tools to pull that off.
Athleticism and explosion. Pass to Daniels. Out of bounds, Hawks ball as Atlanta keeps possession. Allie LaForce had a chance to catch up with head coach Chauncey Billups. Allie, what do you have to say?
I asked him about how difficult it is to game plan for someone like Trae Young, and coach said to me, I told our players to play up on him. The more he moves and runs around, the more likely he is to get into a rhythm, so we need to stay aggressive against him. Sounds like this might be a very physical game, guys.
Thanks for that, Allie. Back to Williams. Well, Stanley was a 5-time All-Star. Chauncey Billups, just 1 year as an assistant before becoming a head coach.
Yeah, but Brian, Chauncey Billups was a guy that even when he was a player and then as a broadcaster, always thought like a head coach.
Despite ups and downs, the Atlanta Hawks have remained in the hunt season to season, Stan.
Well, Brian, this team has a lot of resilience. They're scrappy, they're hardworking, and it's helped them stay on the margins, at least, of the playoff picture.
And let's quickly check out the scoring breakdown here for the Hawks.
Well, the coaching staff's game plan is very clear. Move the ball on the perimeter and shoot the shots with no hesitation.
And here's Okongwu for 3. Doesn't go, and he's 0 for 1 from the floor. Here's Simons. Rebounded by Daniels.
A rare miss for him at point-blank range. That's one he'd like to have back.
Pass to Johnson. Pulls it. Here's Daniels. Here's Rizache. Still no points. And it's thrown down hard with both hands.
Showcasing his athleticism, plays like this are why you gotta be excited about Rizache's future in this league.
Now here's Henderson. Now here's Simons. Pass to Avdia. There's the triple. Rebounded by Daniels. The Hawks lead by 7. Johnson with it. That one is off. So it's Portland now. Things just don't seem to be clicking for them offensively.
Yeah, they really need to find a way to get back on track. That's his shot, and one I'm sure he wants back.
Here's Daniels. He's got 6. They get it back. And he drops in the layup off the glass.
And if I'm his coach, I'm very pleased with this kind of energy on the offensive glass. Textbook play.
Up top, Thibault. "19 seconds left in the first quarter. Oh, and Johnson with a block. Johnson on the wing. Okongwu up top. Over Williams. He hits the back iron and sinks it. Okongwu's gotten his second bucket.
They've been very effective so far. A balanced attack at its best.
Yeah, now it's all about maintaining this lead, but you can't start playing it safe. You got to keep attacking and executing.
So as we end the first quarter, already a double-digit ball game.
18.
And so far through one quarter, it's been a lopsided game. We'll see if that changes here in the second. Boy, a very convincing performance so far from the Hawks.
Well, it looks like hitting the boards hard was an emphasis of their attack. They knew how valuable it was to do so.
Yeah, we're not surprised by this. These guys work hard and they are physical.
Shot clock at 6. Pass to Aiden. It's stolen by Okongwu. And a fast break now for the Hawks. Here's Daniels. Here's Risacher. And here's Johnson. He's covered by Aiden. And he was camped in the lane there. He gets a 3-second call. Blazers trail by 11. And here's Henderson. Drops in the layup for 2.
Yeah, even though he's 6'2", Henderson is best attacking on the interior.
Coach, it's such a difficult transition to the NBA. Scoot Henderson joins from the G League Ignite. What do you see in his game?
Well, look, I see a really talented guy who plays the game hard. What you've got to get improvement in are the 2 areas that most people have to improve in: shooting and decision-making.
Back to Okongwu. Here's Risacher. And Aiden pulls it down.
Well, you couldn't ask for a better look. That's one he's got to knock down.
Here's Sharp. Here's Kamari. And the three-pointer goes.
Growing his passing game. Sharp knows being able to reliably create for others will really round out his skill set.
And so Grant will bring it up for Portland. They haven't allowed any points in the second quarter. Sharp. And he goes in for the dunk.
They've closed the gap over the last few possessions, but can they push through and grab the lead?
Well, with all the momentum they've built up, I don't see this run stopping anytime soon.
Johnson for 3. He drains that one after 2 misses. Now 1 for 3.
Well, he can beat you in a lot of ways. Very challenging to defend.
Pass to Aiden. And Aiden with the stuff.
Grown man strength right there. Aiden just pushing through contact and getting it done.
Here's Risacher from behind the arc. Out left to the wing. The 3 is up. Gets it to go. His second make in 6 tries.
That's inexcusable defense right there. You gotta contest the shot better than that.
Pass to Sharp. Up top, Aiden. Back to Henderson. And that one makes him 2 for 2. He's in his rhythm. Stan, you started as an assistant in the NBA back in 1995. Now, all of these years later, for a coach, what's been the biggest change, you think?
Well, I think the biggest change, Brian, has been that we don't practice as much. There's much less time spent on the court with your team. It's more done in terms of film and individual work and not 5-on-5 type practice like it was back in 1995.
You mean to say we're talking about practice?
That's exactly right.
Just 5 on the clock. Henderson for 3. The rebound by Atlanta. 1:15 left in the second period. Pass to Johnson. Buries it. He's 2 for 4 in this game.
Well, it doesn't get any easier than this. They'll take these shots every time.
Now Henderson. Oh, he nails that one. 3 for 4 now.
And once more this half, they find a way to get great position inside.
Here's Risacher to the paint. Right side Johnson to the inside. Second shot opportunity. Okongwu, no good. Blazers trail by 7. Outside Sharp to the wing on the left. Here's Henderson. And it goes. As the official calls the foul, count it, and he'll shoot one more at the line. Portland shooting their 5th attempt at the line in the game.
You have to love how Scoot Henderson plays beyond his size. I mean, using the quickness and agility to get the better of bigger players. I mean, that's impressive for a young guy to be doing.
Oh, and the jam by Capella.
Can you say immediate entry into the highlight reel? Woo, what a tough game.
It's showtime now, man. They've built up a lead, and they're starting to rub it in.
I just love the aggressive finish.
I'm thinking he's sending a strong message with that jam. LeVert outside. No good on the 3. And a pretty tightly contested game here as we end the first half. Atlanta on top. They lead by 4. And we'll see you back here after the break. Third quarter action in just a bit. We've got second half action for you, and if the next couple of quarters are similar to the first, this one could go down to the last possession. Coach, when you talk about the Atlanta Hawks, you got to start with Trae Young.
One of the most exciting players to watch in the NBA, Brian. He can shoot the ball from anywhere on the floor. He's a great ball handler and one of the most creative passers in the game.
Pass to Niang from the arc. And Ayton pulls it down.
Defense dodged the bullet that time. Total breakdown.
So they take the lead. Simons got 7 points.
Well, that's basically a warm-up 3 for him. The defense can't allow him that caliber of attempt.
Back to Niang. The 3. And they'll get another chance. To the right side. Launches it. Offensive rebound. Over to the wing. Sinks the tray. Niang's gotten himself on the board with a 3 there.
Well, those go down for him in his sleep.
Pass to Ayton. Here's Simons. Rebound Atlanta.
Suffocating defense to keep the layup from falling.
It's LeVert on the wing. Niang outside. Here's Krejci. From outside the arc. He buries it from 3.
3 points.
And now it's a 5-point Hawks lead.
Well, clearly some sort of defensive breakdown there. He is not the kind of guy you give room to at the arc.
To the left side wing. Pass to Capella. Here's Krejci. He's covered by Simons. Here's Capella. And it's Capella with the jam.
Yeah, at the offensive end, more often than not, you'll find Capella at the rim.
And here's Avdia. Will it go? Oh, plenty of contact on that shot. Officials call the foul, and he'll take 2 free throws now. That one on Capella.
Hey, you can't block it. Sending him to the line can be the next best thing.
And with today's switching defensive style, versatile wing players are tremendously in demand, Coach.
Yeah, well, position now, Brian, comes down to who can you guard. And guys that can guard 3, 4, 5 different positions, those 6'7", 6'8" guys are often able to do that, and they are extremely valuable.
And both free throws good for Avdia. Blockbuster trades have become more the norm here in the NBA, Grant. Just ask Portland in 2023.
Yeah, the Trailblazers were at the center of some big moves, but that's just how it's done now. Entire teams can be restructured in the process of a single transaction.
6 on the shot clock. Here's Mann. Second chance shot. It doesn't go for him. Nice D from Avdia. Down low. Deflects the pass. Oh, stolen by Nance. Here's LeVert. And the powerful one-handed slam.
On the fast break, LeVert's energy is everything. He sticks with the play the whole way and sinks it.
2 minutes remaining in the third. 2 minutes.
1:57 left in the third quarter. They get it again. Ayton. Oh, and the jam by Ayton.
Grabs the board and goes right in for the putback. I love it, B.A.
Yeah, wanted to close the gap. Makes sense to get aggressive on the glass here. Blazers trail by 7. Let's check in with our reporter, Allie LaForce.
Hey, BA, the Hawks are figuring it out. Coach Quinn Snyder said growth isn't linear. We want to just keep improving. Players have bought in. They're working. They're practicing hard, hitting the film. Everybody has been absolutely coachable. I think we're learning. Guys, it's all about the journey here.
Yeah, I'm trying to take that next step. That's how it's done. Thanks, Allie.
When it's this close, every bucket matters. You need good looks.
Simons, left side. Pass to Ayton. Thibault on the wing. Now Ayton. And they turn it over. Shot clock violation as the buzzer sounds.
Atlanta Hawks. On the floor for your Trailblazers, Jeremy Grant.
The Hawks lead by 6. Oh, deflected. Stolen by Ayton. Back to Avdia. Lets it go from deep. Ooh, LeVert with some nice D. Inside. Out of bounds. It'll go to the Trailblazers.
Unforced turnovers. They'll drive your coach insane.
Substitution on the court.
Here's Portland now. Here's Grant. That one's good for 2.
Yeah, great awareness from Grant. Detects an opening inside and converts.
LeVert outside. And that does it for the third quarter. Both teams clicking offensively as we approach the fourth. Hawks ahead, up by...
The Hawks, 45.
Man, I know I speak for all of us when I say I can't wait to see what kind of finish awaits us here in the fourth quarter. The Hawks lead by 4. Here's Krejci. Drives to the hoop. And he makes no mistake. Slam dunk.
Hey, when in doubt, run the defender off the screen.
And you know, with a result like that, we'll see them run it again.
Yeah, defensive breakdown there. Gotta communicate and switch that screen.
Clock at 6. Here's Sharp. And he takes that one up and powers it through.
And this guy has some bounce. Always fun seeing Sharp hammer at home.
Connects from downtown. And the Hawks lead by 7.
Well, if you came here looking for a scoring battle, I think you made the right choice.
Yeah, and how great have these offenses been for these teams tonight? Just fantastic execution.
Oh, yeah, that'll do it.
Wow, an emphatic two-handed slam. And that's out of bounds. It was last touched by Nance. We played just over a minute here in the fourth. Grant, right side. Three-pointer. Drops in the 3.
Quick shooting from Grant. He gets it and takes it. It's just that easy for him sometimes.
Nance left side. LeVert outside. The Hawks need to get one up here. Shot clock at 2. Man, misses.
Yeah, tough to make those jumpers when you are guarded that closely.
Henderson with it. And here's Grant from the arc. The rebound by Mann.
Defensive breakdown there, and they got lucky. He's not going to miss too many of those.
Here's Krejci. Pass to LeVert. And it's Krejci missing.
Wow, missed opportunity from point-blank range. You got to make those.
Sharp with it. Now Okongwu defending. Back to Henderson. Out to the wing to take the lead. Tipped. And it's going to be out of bounds. Portland will have another go. And Chauncey Billups calls timeout here. He wants to make sure they're purposeful with the game plan.
See yourself on the big screen. You know what to do. Show us your moves.
So both teams changing it up here. A chance here to catch up with Allie from the sideline.
During that break, Coach Chauncey Billups had some advice for the team. And a big reason their team is down, the three-point line. Coach saying in the huddle, we have to battle on the perimeter. They're outplaying us from the arc. Guys?
All right, Allie, thanks once again. All right, guys, let's get your take on the hustle stats for the Hawks.
Well, all you can ask for is your guys to be really active on D, and they've been more than that tonight.
Fires in the triple.
Cool, calm, and collected at a critical juncture in this game.
To the middle. Here's Okongwu. Oh, tried to dunk it home, but he drew the foul, and he'll go to the line.
Nice job to go at the rack and force the foul.
That's good. Going 1 of 2 from the line. And that'll put him up 2.
And right about now, at this point in the game, there can be a massive difference between a 2- and 3-point advantage.
Pass to Avdia to take the lead. It's deflected. And he gets it back. And here's Simons outside. Rebounded by Daniels. Well, if you're just tuning in, welcome. We've played about 3.5 minutes into the fourth quarter here. Okongwu with the bucket.
It's nice to see they're not settling for three-pointers. These guys are putting in the work inside.
Oh, a rim-rattling two-handed jam.
And you have to love it. The floor general taking things into his own hands.
Just the aggression they're looking for, man.
Well, it's always a big plus when you have a point guard that can attack the rim like that, put so much pressure on the defense.
Oh, and Johnson slams it in.
Oh, my! That's why we have those breakaway rims.
Dude, he risked pulling the whole thing down to the floor right there. Pass to Thibault. 51 seconds left in the fourth. Now here's Avdia. Beyond the arc. And he buries it. Oh, what a sensational bucket basket. That brings him within one. Now Okongwu. And no good as the first free throw misses. We'll see if he can hit the second. And he's able to hit the second one. And that'll put him up 2. It's all come down to this one critical possession.
And B.A., you can feel the intensity in this arena. Whoa, that is as clutch as it gets. Big time play.
Yeah, don't you just love to see a player embrace that kind of pressure?
Here's Krejci. Six to shoot. The kick out to Johnson. Yes!
Well, the defense did everything they could there, but his skills as a finisher, wow.
And John C. Billups calls timeout here. Great time to call his guys into the huddle at a very tense moment in this game. All right, thoughts on what coach is going to do here?
This has to be a lob close enough to the basket to tip it in. No time for a catch and shoot.
Get on your feet.
So it's a narrow victory for the Hawks, pulling it out for the W. And this was the...
चलेगा ना me